Good afternoon, everybody. It's James and Pete from Life Church here. Hope you're all doing really well today. We just wanted to give you a bit of an update about where we're at with a number of our operations at the moment. And Pete, you're going to kick us off, aren't you? So we're only going to be with you for a few minutes this afternoon. But if you do have any sort of comments or thoughts or questions while we're on here, please do pop them on, and we'd really love to hear from you and answer any questions or queries or thoughts that you've got. Over to you, Pete.
Yeah, thanks, James. So, again, I'd welcome any questions that you do have. I'll try to be as brief and as clear as I can be in this short time that we've got together now. But if you do have any questions about any of the things that we cover today, whether that's about the building or some of the plans for other things going forward, then please do pop them into the comments and we'll do our best to try and answer them now. So we did just want to give you a brief update, mostly around the use of our building and some of the things that are in the pipeline. We're aware it's been a while since we've had the opportunity just to be with you online and talk about some of these things. So we wanted to take that opportunity as we head into Christmas and the new year. So one of the things that we've talked about previously is our desire to have the building reopened on a Sunday. But obviously within that, we want to ensure that we're doing things safely and responsibly. And we want to ensure that we're able to at the same time as facilitate people being in the building, we want to ensure that we're able to facilitate our online services, which is the way that the majority of us are connecting at the moment. And in the short term, at least, will be the way that the majority of us continue to connect. So being able to do both an in-person service and an online service at the same time is something that's really, really key for us. And it presents quite a challenge for us. So at the moment, where we are right now is that we're not quite in a position to be able to offer an in-person service on a Sunday. So we're going to continue with online services being our sort of main focus for Sundays going forwards. And we'll be working in the new year hard to ensure that we can, at some point soon, hopefully, be able to meet together again on a Sunday. Now, that obviously would be in a much reduced capacity to what we normally have inside of our building, and would look very different. And there's obviously a difference in doing a service to a camera for an audience online at home versus doing a service together with people in the room. So two things are slightly different. And some of the reasons we've not quite got there yet is, as first and foremost, as I say, we want to do it in a responsible and a safe way. And so we want to ensure that our building is ready, that we're ready, that the situation on the ground is the right one for us to be reopening on a Sunday. So there's a lot of things for us to bear in mind. And there's technology for us to master, and there's a situation around what's happening in Lincolnshire in particular that we want to bear in mind, because the last thing we want to do is put anybody in at unnecessary risk. And I think one of the things that we've talked about recently, James, which I think is important, which we probably haven't actually considered much, is that for us as an employer, as well as Life Church as an employer, it's important for us that we have a duty of care to our staff, and we have a duty of care to ensure that our operations are continuing as best they can during this time. And so actually what that means in practice is that for you and I in particular, James, it would be really difficult if, say, we both got sick at the same time. And so we want to just bear in mind that, especially coming up to Christmas, we want to be sensible with what we're doing, but we've got some great hopes for the new year, and we're looking forward into the new year to how we can meet together safely, not just on a Sunday, but also in smaller groups such as prayer meetings and in life groups as well. And at the moment, Lincolnshire is obviously a tier 3 location, and numbers are not going the right way at the moment. And I know the hospital is under a lot of strain with their current capacity. So the last thing we want to do is add to that strain. And also we want to ensure that we're following the government guidelines closely for tier 3 locations as well. So we don't want to be having unnecessary meetings in our building, or meetings that could perhaps go outside of those guidelines. And so for us, I think we'll be looking at what happens in the new year very closely. Obviously, the situation could change very rapidly. The tier system in itself is due to sunset, I believe, in early February. And of course, we've got things like the vaccine starting to be rolled out now as well, which could play a part in what the picture on a national scale looks like going forward as well. So we'll be looking at all of these things and working hard to do all of the work in the background to ensure that we can open our doors safely on a Sunday early on in the new year, which will obviously look a lot different to how it was sort of that time at the start of this year. And there's some other work as well to be done around how we might open ahead of perhaps on Sundays for those smaller groups like life groups and prayer meetings to begin again in person. So I think that's just about everything in a nutshell from our point of view as Life Church with our building. The only other thing I want to mention is that some of you, if you've been past our building or if you're involved in some of these groups, you may have noticed that this week we've been able to reopen our building for the use of some of our hirers. Now, obviously, they're taking what they're doing and the operations that they're run on a very different basis to how we would on a Sunday. And so they are operating to a different set of rules. But I just want to say a huge thank you to our hirers who've been incredible in working really diligently to put together really robust risk assessments and procedures in place in all of their events to ensure that they're conducted safely, that they're done responsibly, that they're following the guidelines that we've laid out for them as well. And they've done a really great job at ensuring people can come and get the support they need in the groups that have run there in a really safe way, in a way that's manageable and in a way that's in line with the government guidelines as well. So whilst you might notice some people going in and out of the building, rest assured they are doing it in line with the guidance given to us from the government, and they're doing it in a very different way than we might want to do it on a Sunday, which is why they are currently able to use the building and we're not yet at that point where we can have people in for a Sunday meeting. So that's a kind of brief nutshell update on where we are with the use of our building. James, do you want to take us to the next point?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Pete, that was a really comprehensive picture of where we're at the moment. It's worth mentioning as well, we only have a very limited number of hirers. We don't have many at all. Prior to going into lockdown, we were about at capacity really with what we could do to ensure that we did have the space and time to do everything we wanted to do as church with the building, but also be able to bring in an important revenue stream for the church through hiring. And the number of hirers that we have currently is drastically reduced compared to what we had before. So we only really have a very limited number. But as Pete said, we're very grateful to them. We're really grateful to all of you people who've continued to support us financially as a church over the course of the year. We're so grateful to you, everyone who's been able to help us in that sense, and we really do thank you from the very bottom of our hearts for everything you've done. It's meant that we've been able to really move forward with a level of confidence I think maybe we didn't know that we'd necessarily have when we first went into the pandemic. So great, that's a great overview, Pete. And if there was a lot of information in there, so it might be worth, if you're unsure about anything, just please drop us a question, or maybe rewind in a little while and just listen back to everything Pete shared. But it's definitely on our agenda. We do want to meet as soon as we can, but it's something we need to review early on in the earlier part of the new year. And but we really want to assure you it's not kind of gone off our radar. It's something we're very much thinking about. Just wanted to let you know about one or two things that we're doing over the course of the next few weeks leading into the new year. So this Sunday, we're not actually going to have a morning service. We're giving our really hard-working teams a morning off. They are going to be in the building quite early to set up, however, for our carol service, which takes place at 4 o'clock. That's going to be on Facebook and YouTube. Please, please, please do. If there's one thing you do this weekend, please invite your friends, invite your family. Please send them the link. Why not? Here could be a chance for you. Why not try and text go onto YouTube, for instance, and text the link to this Sunday, which is available now on our channel. Why not text it to like 5 people and with a little encouraging message just saying, I'd love you to be there. It's going to be a relatively traditional kind of carol service with some of your favourite carols. We're going to have a great message as well from a brand new speaker. I'm really looking forward to hearing that. So why not send that link to 5 people? Why not go onto our Facebook page if you're a Facebook user and you normally access it that way, and tag 5 people in the post and say, love you to watch this on Sunday? Because wouldn't it be great to see people finding Jesus, meeting Jesus for the first time, or rediscovering Jesus at a carol service? So that's this Sunday, 4 o'clock. Remember, no morning service at 10 a.m. carol service at 4. And our next 2 Sundays after that for the remainder of the year, the 20th and the 27th of December, going to be normal services, 10:30 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. And every Sunday for the rest of the year, we're going to have Life Kids at 10 a.m. on YouTube. And an extra special thing that's going to be taking place, we are going to be having a Christmas Day service as well at 10:30 a.m. on Christmas Day. That's going to be really great. And details about that will be coming out very soon. If you don't currently receive our weekly update, which went out today, then please do visit our website and please do sign up to that. It's got lots of helpful information on there. I don't know if I've missed anything, Pete, and if not, do you want to add anything, or do you want to share with us about a couple of other bits we're up to as well?
I think you've covered everything. I'm really looking forward to the carol service. It's going to be great. Always a highlight of the year, I think. And again, I just encourage you to send the link out to your friends and family, invite them along to the service, and spread a little Christmas cheer this year. So alongside our Sundays, I just wanted to let you know as well that our online content will be returning at the start of the new year. So we've taken a little break from the journey and from our midweek teaching on the Acts series, all of which is available for you to watch and catch up on right now over on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet tuned into the Acts series, or you want to dive into some of the content that's available in the journey, then please head over to our YouTube channel. Go and get yourself subscribed there. If you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button now, and hit the notification bell as well, so that you get a notification about all the new videos as soon as they're available to watch. And I really want to encourage you to get connected with some of that content. Get caught up with the Acts series. It's going to be coming back at the start of the new year. We're going right the way through the book of Acts, chapter by chapter. We've got some great chapters coming up. We're roughly halfway, little under halfway through the book. So it's a great opportunity to get caught up with the first half and get ready for the second half as we kick into next year. It's called Acts. We are the movement, and we are the movement. And I'm so excited about some of the things we're going to be stepping into next year as well. So I just want to give that a little plug and encouragement to plug in with all of the content on there as well. And hey, if you want to get involved in some of the journey content as well, if you have things that you would like to talk about, video that you would like to make, a blog post or a piece of spoken word, poetry, or anything like that, then reach out to us at the church. Send us an email, message us here on Facebook or on YouTube, and let us know if you're passionate about something, you want to contribute to the journey. Please do come and speak to us, because we would love to facilitate that. So a little plug for that stuff, but it's all coming back early next year as well.
Yeah, I really want to encourage you to think about, especially if there's videos on the Acts series or the journey that you've not watched before, or maybe you're brand new to it. Please do head over to our YouTube page or on our YouTube channel, or onto our website, and take a look at this stuff, because it's really key for you to do this. One of the things we really want to focus on next year is our own growth, our own discipleship. So all of us are getting to be more like Jesus, getting us to know more about who he is, how he calls us to live, what he calls us to be like. And this is a great place to start. So why not get yourself ahead of the game and get involved in some of that? So we've had some really encouraging feedback, haven't we, Pete, about both the journey and Acts, We Are the Movement. 1 or 2 people have shared with us that they've really felt that that they've never really kind of done sort of Bible study before, but it's actually been really accessible. So that's a really great thing to hear, and I'd love you to get involved in some of that. There's lots of good content on there that we've been putting together over the course of the year, and we really want you to squeeze the most out of that you can. And as you go on your journey of discovering who God created you to be. So I guess that's about everything we were going to cover. Have you got anything you want to cover before we go, Pete?
I don't think so. I think, if anybody does have any questions about any of the stuff that we've shared today, then please do just leave it in the comments to this video, and we can get back to you on this video as well. So if you're watching this back later while we're not live and just catching up with what we've shared, don't be afraid to comment. We'll keep an eye on them, and I'll do my best to answer any of the questions in the chat. Or if you want to talk about any more of this stuff, you want a little bit more detail, then again, feel free to give us a call at the church office, or send us an email or something like that.
Brilliant. That's great, Pete. Well, we really do look forward to seeing you this Sunday. It'd be great to see like record numbers of people in the carol service this Sunday. So we've made the links available in the chat, so and they're available on our social media pages as well as in the weekly update that went out at 1 o'clock today. So please do invite people. What's the worst they can say? They either won't respond or they'll say no, but you'll still have asked them, and that's a really good thing to do. So please do get inviting people. We'd love to see lots of people coming in, getting connected with the church, getting connected with Jesus this coming Christmas time. So look forward to seeing you on Sunday, 4 o'clock for our carol service. And we hope you're well. We love you. We're praying for you. We look forward to seeing all of you very soon. Take good care and God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.